Hello, and welcome back to another video. And welcome to day 18 of the acnh Advent, hosted by my wonderful friend and amazing content creator, Fleurs. Did you guys all enjoy Curry's video yesterday? I hope so. I know I did. And if you're watching this in the future and it's no longer December, merry not holidays, I guess? Anyway, today we're doing something totally different, maybe a little ambitious, definitely odd. Enough of my babbling, let's just get into the video and let me tell you the story of Erik and the 12 dates of Christmas. Last week I was out near resident services when I noticed Erik and Gruff were mad at each other. Oh no. Guys, stop fighting, what's wrong? What has happened? Can I talk to you? I've got a serious problem. Oh no. Erik, what's wrong? Erik, same. It's the Mandela catalogue, isn't it? Erik, stop it. Stay on script. I want to talk to you. I heard you got into a fight with Gruff about something, and I wanted to ask you why. You're getting married? Since when? Erik, no, you're not. Do not lie to me. You met him just yesterday? Do you not think you're moving a little too fast? Alright, fine. Tell me the story then. I'm all ears. Enlighten me on this wonderful man that you've just met. According to Erik, it all started last week when GAYLE introduced him to the wonderful world of internet dating.
GAYLE, what are you doing in there?
Oh, nothing. I'm just taking some new pics for my Nookie profile.
What's a Nookie profile?
Oh, it's this new dating app I've been using. You create a profile, add some cheeky facts about yourself, a couple of saucy photos, and you're good to go.
Does Bam know you're using this?
He wouldn't understand. Hey, I know. We should make you a profile.
I don't know, GAYLE. I don't think I'm ready to date again.
Erik, sweetie, it's been nearly a year. Zell has SHINO now. I think it's time you moved on.
Okay, fine. What do I have to do?
Yes! Okay, let's set up a profile.
And so, GAYLE forcibly persuaded Erik to download Nookie, the dating app created by Tom Nook. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong with that. They took some photos, added a slightly exaggerated bio.
GAYLE, my antlers are not that long.
It's fine. No one will notice.
And started swiping. It didn't take long before Erik received his first match, a duck named Quilson. The pair exchanged a few light-hearted, flirty messages, and within the hour, they'd arranged to meet for a date at a local cafe. Nervously, Erik waited to be seated, continuously checking his phone to make sure people knew he was in fact waiting for someone. A waiter glanced his way with a smile and a wave.
Good afternoon. A table?
He asked.
Yes, for two. I'm waiting for someone,
Said Erik. Then he spotted what could only be his date sitting upon an elegant sofa. Blonde hair, green feathers, tired yet oddly smug expression. Yep, that was him all right. The two exchanged shy smiles from across the room, and the waiter, clearly sensing the situation, interjected.
Right this way.
He said, and led the pair to their table. It was suitably awkward, as one might expect, a deer villager on a date with a duck. And it didn't help that Quilson was rather full of himself. He spent most of the date talking about himself, his goals and aspirations, and his irrational fear of bugs. Erik just wanted the date to be over. He took large gulps of his coffee, remembering to say, and
right.
in the correct places. When it was time to leave, Erik sprang to his feet, sidestepping to the exit as smoothly as he could.
When can I see you again?
Asked Quilson.
I'll text you.
Erik called back as he power walked out of the building. Later that evening, Erik confided in GAYLE.
That was a disaster.
That did sound awful, but they can't all be winners. Try again. You're bound to meet Mr. Right soon.
I don't know, GAYLE. I don't think I'm cut out for this online dating thing.
No, you are. Let me see your profile.
Said GAYLE, snatching the phone from Erik.
Hey, wait!
Ooh, he's cute. In fact, I think I've been on a date with him before. He's got that charming British accent too, if you're into that sort of thing.
GAYLE?
Or him, yes. Look, a cute cub like this would know how to treat a girl right.
Are we still looking for people for me, or...?
Oh yes, of course. Swipe like on that too.
And so GAYLE continued to match people on Erik's behalf until she'd amassed quite a few new dates for him, including one for that evening with her personal favourite, Chester the Cub, who she'd arranged for him to meet at the club. And that's the only rhyme you're getting in this Christmas tale. Erik looked around the crowded bar, but he couldn't recognise Chester anywhere. He was about to give up and go home when a large bear approached him and called his name.
Erik, it's me, Chester.
Erik eyed the bear up and down. This was not the man he'd been talking to.
You don't look much like your profile,
said Erik with a scowl.
Yeah, those pictures are old, but I'm the same guy.
Erik was not convinced, and so he decided to get out of the situation before this scary man could turn him into venison. Another failed date. Erik wanted nothing more than to crawl into his bed and sleep through the whole of December. But unfortunately for him, GAYLE had already set him up with a handful of new dates. How would she manage to do this whilst he was out, you ask? Well, GAYLE is full of secrets. The next morning, Erik went out for coffee and brunch with Kix, but he had trouble understanding what he was talking about. In what world does apple and pears mean stairs? He asked GAYLE how she'd managed, and GAYLE said,
Well, we didn't really do much talking.
and Erik decided the less he knew about that, the better. Later that afternoon, Erik met up with CURLOS the sheep for a picnic in the park. It was snowing, but the two decided the weather wouldn't matter for an elk and a sheep. At first, the conversation flowed, and they both appeared to be enjoying each other's company. But then CURLOS uttered a line that made Erik realize this date had turned staler than the Spanish omelette sandwiches CURLOS had bought.
I have a feeling we could be much more than friends. We could be best friends.
Feeling suitably friend-zoned, Erik decided to wrap up the date. He went on a total of 7 other dates after that, each one more dreadful than the last, and not one of them gave Erik that spark he was looking for. Dejected, tired, and not feeling very Christmassy at all, Erik decided he was off dating for life. But GAYLE had one more match lined up for him.
GAYLE, I really don't want to go.
Nonsense. Look, this one is so cute. You two would get on so well. You both love food and sleeping.
Yeah, so do a lot of people.
Said Erik.
Humor me. Just this last one, and then I promise I won't try to help you anymore. Please.
Fine, what's his name?
Okay, his name is Sherb. He's a blue goat. He loves ice cream.
Do you want to go on a date with him?
This isn't about me. Anyway, he's meeting you at that same cafe you went to earlier this week. Off you go.
Right now?
Yep. Bye-bye. Don't want to keep him waiting.
Erik shook his head. GAYLE could be hard work at times. Most times. All of the time. But she was his best friend and he semi-trusted her judgments. So he set off, back to the cafe that started it all. When he got there, Sherb was nowhere in sight. Erik rolled his eyes. So much for keeping him waiting. The waiter approached him with a somewhat surprised look on his face. It was the same guy from before.
Back so soon?
Asked the waiter. Erik wanted the ground to swallow him up, but he forced a smile and answered.
Yep, I just love it here that much.
The waiter laughed.
Well, I can't argue with that. The food here is delicious. Another table for 2?
He said, and Erik could have sworn he'd noticed a glint in his eye. Oh, he was judging him, for sure. Erik tried to hide his embarrassment.
Yes, please.
Right this way, then.
Erik sat and waited for Sherb to arrive, reading over the menu as he did so. He waited and waited, and waited and waited. But Sherb was nowhere to be seen. Erik sighed. He'd been stood up. Great, and now he was starving. Erik had practically memorized the menu by this point, but he decided to check it over once again for good measure. That's when the waiter approached his table.
You know, I recommend the salad stuffed tomato.
I'm still waiting for my date.
Said Erik, immediately wishing he hadn't said anything.
Well, I get off work in 15 minutes. If you're still waiting, I'd be happy to sit with you. That way, neither of us have to leave here hungry.
Erik looked down shyly. Was this beautiful deer taking pity on him? Perhaps, but Erik had stopped caring. He just wanted to eat something. 15 minutes passed and Erik was still very much alone at his table. The waiter, who was now dressed in his own clothes, sat down at the table with a big grin on his face.
I'm glad to see my discomfort pleases you.
Erik joked.
Oh, I'm just happy your date never showed up. Now I don't have to eat my dinner alone.
Thanks.
Said Erik.
Hey, I'm joking. But I stand by what I said about being happy they didn't show. My name's Bo, by the way.
And so Erik and Bo talked through the evening. They both ordered the salad stuffed tomato, and the conversation was thriving. And when it was finally time for the two to go their separate ways, they exchanged numbers and said that they'd love to see each other again very soon. And so, I guess they did it, because here we are, a winter wedding. I guess we're really doing this then, huh? Should anyone present know of any reason that this couple should not be joined in matrimony, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Me? I have a reason.
Oh my god, Zell, what are you doing?
Erik, it's me you love. Not this lazy antelope poser. Run away with me. Shino and I are done.
Wait, what? Since when?
Since now. Erik, what do you say?
Erik, do not be conned by this playboy. You have Bo now. You can be happy.
Erik?
I'm sorry.
Woo! Go, Erik! How could he do this to me?
There, dear. Let it all out. I know how much this hurts. Believe me.
Ugh, typical Freya, making this all about you as usual. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I suppose the happy couple will go elope now. If you liked the video, give that like button a little tickle, comment, subscribe, all that jargon. Thank you to the creators who voiced the characters for me. I could not have done this without you. You guys are the true Christmas miracles. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out MBean's video tomorrow or next in the playlist. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now.
How could he do this to me? I sound like a baby back bitch.